Problem solving with fast sweep picking. Fast speeds teach us something differently than slow speeds. This is what we really have to understand. A lot of times, slow speeds are always recommended as what to do in the beginning, how to train it, how to train the accuracy. Yes, 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 yes. I'm a huge proponent of slow speeds, especially in the beginning. However, slow speeds don't teach us lightness. Slow speeds don't teach us coordination with the pressure of momentum, the pressure of timing, right? So if we're having trouble being able to get the fingers on the strings in time with the music, then that means that we sort of really need to spend some time at the speed. I call this tasting the speed, okay? So if I say I'm gonna work on this F minor arpeggio here, an 8-string version of it in the tuning that I like to play, and that's what I just arranged. I never played that before until today. So, okay, so what I'm doing, right, is I'm gonna be looking for, okay, 1, I'm gonna be playing fast. 2, I'm going to be playing a very small amount of notes, and I'm gonna be able to do it repetitively, and this will allow me to tweak in real time. Okay, so let's start with the first 2 notes. That's pretty easy. It's just a pull off, right? Starts getting interesting here. So it's important that if you are aiming to do it really fast, well then do it really fast. Right? Now the prerequisite, and I'm going to write this in the description, but the prerequisite is we've got to be able to have the accomplishment of having a proper exchange of notes for the sweep picking technique. If we don't have that, then no matter how fast you play it with how little notes, it's not going to come out clean. So, okay, so there. Then, the next string. Right, the idea is for it to become a default motion. At these kinds of speeds, we don't want to be micromanaging our left hand and our right hand. So this is a matter of, if we feel like we have the technique slow, it's time to refine the technique. It's time to evolve the technique. Or if we feel like we only have it fast, but we have to do it a little bit slower, then it's time to control the technique. Okay, so if I'm going... Let's add the next string. Okay. The next string. The next note. Right? I'm doing that with just literally like a left hand playing the note here. It's pretty wide, so I'm not doing a pull-off. Right? And then here. Right? Now, if I wanted to keep going, I can keep going, and I'd recommend you should, especially if you're having trouble. But what this really teaches us is what particular notes are we having the most trouble executing. Okay? The reasons for the trouble of executing those particular notes generally have to do with tension in the left hand, not light enough, and sometimes even something with the right hand, maybe too much pick on the string, maybe we're, flexing the wrist when we shouldn't be. Something is not coordinated, and this is a great chance to highlight that particular weakness, that particular thing we want to adjust, and actually be able to make progress now. This is the important part, is this kind of training isn't for, okay, I'll just do that and I'll get better over time. No, this is for getting better right now. Okay? So the other thing, like let's say, if I'm doing this bigger sweep pattern, right, I can break this into, okay, here's a typical second inversion minor 3-string sweep. Okay, then if I extend that to the next, I call this the 4-string version of that, so now I'm doing technically a first inversion minor 4-string. Right, so I have that, okay, and then there, and then into root position with the F. This is the F minor arpeggio, so I have the F right there, so that's 5-string root position, like that. There we go. Oh, let's get it. There we go. Right? See, it's a matter of just going, do. Like, at this speed, we can't be thinking about if the finger is going to hit it. So we really need to train it in this sort of fast form. Right now, getting into that sort of second part of it, let's say that part's good, and now I want to go the next octave, C, A flat, F. Right, so going... You know, on this particular guitar, the strings are a bit bigger on these lower strings, and it's not as easy to get the clarity as the high notes and get that separation. They're woofy, they're bigger. Right, let's add the next note. And this is just a left hand only note. Okay. And then, I think I'm going to pick that last one. Like that. Now. Get messy, get messy. But see, the thing is, can't be afraid to get messy. It's gonna get messy. When it gets messy, less notes. Just take less notes. Why is it getting messy? Now it's personal. There we go. See? Just taking a small portion of it allowed me. Right now, connecting that to say, let's go to the last note, the F. All right, and let's connect that up to the C. So I'm going to go F to C over here. That's the connection point. A flat on the upstroke. Up on the F. A flat. You see, so the whole idea here is get the consistency, get it to sound the same every time, and then really push for the speed, because not as fast as you possibly can, but as fast as you can think about it. And then you'll have the connections of each of the notes. You'll be able to send the direction to yourself right before you have to play it, and then everything will be coordinated. Now this includes the right hand and the left hand, so you want to make sure you have fingering that works really well and is really dependent for your shape, and also a pick stroke pattern that works really well for the shape. As you can see, this isn't just one note per string, so sometimes I'm choosing to keep the wrist stroke on the string, so I'm going up on the string and I'm holding it there while the left hand does something independently. Those are the places where it's most likely to get messy. So if you're doing that and you're sweep picking, you're doing hammer on or pull off somewhere in the middle strings, that stuff all needs to be taken into account. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully this was helpful, and if you'd like my help with anything else, then please feel free to send me a message with the specific challenge that you want to overcome. Thank you. Take care.